Dull your minds, impair your judgment just to cope with life. You can't even have fun unless you get drunk. Think about that. How miserable do you have to be that you can't even enjoy your free time, your leisure time, in your right mind? And look at the looting that's going on in broad daylight in the United States. Outlets are closing all across the country just because they're getting robbed blind on a regular basis by mobs of people. You have a homelessness epidemic, you have an opioid epidemic. Sweden is going to bring the army in to fight criminal gangs. Your societies are unstable. You are internally, deeply, socially, psychologically, mentally, and emotionally unequipped to deal with modernity, to deal with the modern world, with so-called liberalism. Your societies, your character is incompatible with the belief system that you claim. I mean, if the West created the modern world, nevertheless, they find themselves foreigners in it because liberty and freedom just become chaos and mayhem without moral grounding. Without moral grounding, it doesn't matter how nice your infrastructure is or how advanced your technology is. You'll still behave like a savage. You're a caveman at the opera. And without moral grounding, without moral maturity, liberty and freedom is just license. It turns your cities into wilderness. It turns your life into wilderness.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters out there onto this life foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. Let me a quick show to the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. The moral fabric of America has been shattered in so many different forms that you have these other nations are clearly seeing its ugliness. What a matter of fact, and that's the scripture I was thinking about. All right, they're clearly seeing what for so long through experience, people that came to America, they saw it, but they, at the time, I think about the 90s, 80s, and so forth, you know, when there was an influx of different foreigners coming in, and they stayed because despite those things that he just made mention, it wasn't to this point how it is now. Now you have got America to a point where all these things are happening exactly how you said it. People are just, in order to exist, you must be non-existent, not truly be yourself, to live in a land of this fairy tale land, all right, which show you the total ass backwards society this has become, where everybody is fake and fake is real, real is fake. Wow, another one just popped in the head. You know, we live in a society where truly everything is turned upside down. Everything is not right side up. Everything is just odd, okay? Comparing to the rest of the world. Now, why is it so important to compare to the rest of the world? Well, quite simple. The rest of the world has been around longer than this this world, all right? So here it is, a child has come into the scene, and that child could dictate to the world how things are supposed to be. And shows you that the rulers of this current world are in a childlike mindset. That's why the scripture says, matter of fact, a lot of scriptures came in mind, so let's go with this one instead. Sirach. Hold on. All right, you know what? I'll do Sirach 10 real quick. 10 and 2. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are the officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. The reason why the people have a effed up mindset because of the people that's in position of power. This world that we live in this America, all right, at one time this was called the New World, the New Atlantis. Okay, and in reality, America was built upon a true fabric, And what was the Christian known world at the time, this was going to be the land of the opposite. In other words, this is when they said that the pilgrims fled because of persecution and all this other shit. They didn't flee because of persecution. They fled because it was goddamn criminals. They couldn't do the wickedness that they was doing. But here, you could do whatever you want. All right? There was stricter rules. So this place was designed to be a place of debauchery, the way it is. We now seeing what the illuminated ones wanted to see. Now we see what the elites do in the dark, because what they do in the dark is coming out in the light. Luke 12 and 1, 12 and 2 actually, it tells you what's in the dark shall be put out in the light. So when you have your rulers and the people that's supposed to be in a position of power, when they're degenerates, the people are going to be degenerates. When you build a system of degeneration, all right, where everybody is not compasly morally correct, they just go by their feelings, and it's all about how much money you have that could get you out of a certain situation, instead of punishing those people that are wrong in the right judgment. But because the rulers are effed up in the mind, the people are like the same way. Matter of fact, real quick, I'll come back to this. Job 10, Job 10 and 20. On my days few, cease then, and let me alone, that I may take comfort a little. This is Job speaking. Before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. A land of darkness as darkness itself. So what they equate in this world, this American dream, which technically, if you're dreaming, that means you're asleep. If you're asleep, that means you're not aware of anything. You're not conscious, all right, to understand what's going on. When you go into a workforce, you work with others, and in order for you to work correctly, you have to believe that the job that you are in is you're going to feed your family, is going to feed you, and this is an extended family. But all that is a goddamn lie, because if they don't like what you develop, they're going to get rid of you. But you have to keep a lie going. This is the land of liars. Nahum 3 and 1. All right? It's all full of lies, witchcraft, wickedness. Okay? And it says, and of the shadow of death, because everything around here, he just quoted. And the average American, how many commercials that you see now with therapists? Everybody needs a goddamn therapist. Why? Why all of a sudden this is like a national thing? Because everybody is effed up in the mind. Nobody out here is morally or mentally fit for the everyday life. All right? And everyday life doesn't just have to be everyday life in America. They're not ready for the world. All right? They don't know how to act. They don't have culture. They don't have class. They do as they please, because this is the land of darkness. This is the land of confusion. All right? It says, without any order, men are the lowest of the low. Women are above. Children are above. Pets are above the average man. That's out of order. There's no order in this land. All right? A woman commits a crime, she gets slapped in the wrist. A man commits the same crime, he's thrown under the bus or executed. There's no order here. All right? And where the light is as darkness. So this illuministic society has fooled many. All right? It is all full of witchcraft. Matter of fact, I said that. Let's get this. Is it Amos? No. Micah 5 and 10. 12. And I will cut off witchcraft out of thy hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Always remember the Dionne Warwick, which was a famous singer in the 60s, and the aunt of, or cousin of, Whitney Houston, was well known, period. But she had a commercial. I will never forget that shit. And she was promoting psychics. So here it is, a land that's supposed to be made for Christians, and their soothsayers on the regular. Same thing. Therapists. Now people could go on their phone and book an appointment for therapists. Commercials about therapy. They don't give you end results. They just tell you the things that fits you, and put you and lull you to sleep. So this land is full of witchcraft. All right. Not Australia. Damn, what is shit called again? When people look up their signs, like what month you was born in, and when you read the newspaper, it tells you how your day's gonna be. So they rely on nothing but it's on Isaiah 47. Astrologers. That's heavy in America. All right. Witchcraft is heavy in America. And it's a place that it tells you that basically there's no left-hand side, but the elites, that's what they deal with. Left-hand side power. All right. But the Lord says he's going to cut that off out of their hands. And thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Thy graven images also will I cut off, and the standing images out of the midst of thee. And thou shalt no more worship thy work of thy hands, and I will pluck up thy groves of the midst of thee, so I will destroy thy cities. So these scriptures occur unto Israel. Israel always find themselves in the midst of all the wickedness, and even to the forefront of the wickedness. So the Lord's going to cut all that shit off. All right? There ain't going to be no answers to anything, because they're following the trend of Esau. And I will execute vengeance in anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard. And that's going to these other nations. All right? And that vengeance and that wrath that the Lord's about to pour upon them is that thermonuclear destruction. So the Lord is about to perform a great execution upon the rulers of this current state, who have the people, the minds of the people mushed. All right. And the Lord don't give a damn of the people. You know, obviously he gives a damn about the people think and do. But he's coming for you elites. He's coming for you. Because you're the ones that allow these people to be this way, to be ignorant. Oh, in fact, I was supposed to go into more of this. Back in Ecclesiastes 10:3, unwise king destroyeth his people. This is why the educational system was hijacked by Rockefeller and Carnegie and all those millionaires at that time. And a famous quote that David Rockefeller had quoted, he said, we need a nation of workers, not a nation of lawyers, doctors, and so forth. They didn't want free thinkers. They didn't want people to think on their own. They want the dumbed down people, the mentally weak people. That's why they promote nothing but folly. All right? Folly, when you look up the true definition of folly, is mental weakness. This is a society that promotes mental weakness. All right. Something happens, you automatically look for outside forces in order to take care of something personal. You have no mental capacity to adhere to anything. All right. So these are unwise kings that are destroying their own people to their own destruction. But through the prudence of them, which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. For the wise, right? The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. In due time, he will set over it one that is profitable. So we're looking at the position of, it says in Daniel 4:17, the Lord has established the basis of men. So the people are following. This is why the man, what he said was absolutely correct. Let me go back into that one part, if I'm right there.
With the belief system that you claim. I mean, if the West created the modern world, nevertheless, they find themselves foreigners in it because liberty and freedom just become chaos and mayhem without moral grounding. Without moral grounding, it doesn't matter.
What is moral? Moral is character. And there's no character in this land. Yeah, you may see films or hear about certain character traits that which should uphold somebody in their life, but this society has no morals. Isaiah 19 and 14, it tells you the Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. So the perverseness of what the Lord established, the West does not follow it. That's why Putin made a statement many years ago when he was aiming at the fact of America and telling his country how they once was a Christian nation. And now they destroy all the Christian values. Now, notwithstanding, although in the forefront, it seemed like these are good values, but this is a hypocritical nation. And I always bring up this from experience going to Rome. I think it was St. Sebastian's Church. Yeah, it was St. Sebastian's Church. That's what it was called. We went, and upstairs is a regular church, but they showed you downstairs because it happened at the Holy Roman Empire in Rome. And upstairs was the regular Catholic church or whatever church it was. Downstairs they kept the pagan ways, where they used to sacrifice children and so forth. So now, at least in Rome, prior to Christianity, but the word known as Christianity took over, they were open and they was into paganism. They worshiped plenty of gods. But today's New Rome, all right, they've used what they call Christianity as the forefront, and behind closed doors, they're doing the wickedness. And now we're seeing the moral decay of one state where women used to dress modest. All right, now women, you can't tell the difference between any of these women. They all look like whores. That's a moral decay. Okay, that's an ultimate moral decay. When a man is getting with another man, that's a moral decay. Even in the closet, a woman getting with another woman. So he's absolutely correct. All right, there's no ground to stand upon. That leaves the people weak. All right, that's why these people are nothing but savages out here.
No matter how nice your infrastructure is or how advanced your technology is, you'll still behave like a savage. You're a caveman at the opera. And without more...
You're a caveman at the opera, which is a profound, I might entitle that this. You're nothing but a caveman at the opera. All right? You have no comprehension of any sort of class or dignity because you don't carry yourself in a dignified manner. And this is what the true definition of do as I will. All right? And that is what's being prominent, and the world sees it. Okay? So it makes it fit. Esau is not fit to rule anything. Esau is absolutely not fit to rule any part of the world. Because everywhere he goes, it decays. Okay? He is as death. Matter of fact, I think that was the point. The point I wanted to get to is that the Lord is going to translate verse 8, but we say because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the moral fabrication that was the foundation of America, all right, was all built upon a lie. It was built upon rape, robbery, and murder. And because of this rape, robbery, and murder, and they cover it up, okay, it's like somebody broke it down. They raped, they murdered, slaughtered, genocide, and they just put a shopping mall on top of it and act like everything's good. That's exactly what they did. The kingdom is translated from one people to another, and through the process of translating, all right, when power changes, is always in a violent act, and that's why we're seeing first a moral decay, and then it becomes violent because the people are left with no other choice. One group is going to try to keep what they think is the way to be, and another group is can't wait for the shit to go down, and that other group is us. We can't wait for this because the saying is when one door closes, another door opens, right? Matter of fact, this is scripture, Ecclesiastes 7 and I believe it's 9. No. 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. So this is the end of a thing. This is the end. And like someone has said, we are truly at the end. But the end is not what people, the way the world thinks is the end. The end is the end of this current structure, this current belief system, this current power seat. This current outlook is at its end. And a new beginning is at play. And that new beginning begins with who? The Lord's chosen people, which was promised from the beginning of the book. 2 Ezra 6 and 7. It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of them. Born of him, Slakia. Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world. So is it the end of the actual world? Is the world going to end? No. I'm talking about age, the end of an age. This age is that statue that Nebuchadnezzar saw in his dream. And after that, what did he see? What did Daniel explain to him? The rock that you see now was not cut, smash the statue at the hill, and the rest of the statue destroyed, and it blew and was never found again. So everything that was part of those ages, it still repeats to this day. So a new age is coming, a new age of righteousness. Like, matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Second Peter's 3:10, I believe. 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved. Matter of fact, let me start at 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. So the day of the Lord is what? What is the day of the Lord? His judgment. The Lord, the same God that they claim that blessed this land, is going to send his son to destroy this land and bring in a new age of righteousness. This land has never been the kingdom of heaven. This land was designed, created to be destroyed. All right? So he's coming as a thief in the night, because the reasoning why these people are in a state of asleep with no moral standard or anything, because they can't see their destruction. They can't see it. But only the righteous is seeing it. And the rest of the world seeing, like, this is what we all been waiting for. America is going out the window. Only idiots that still believe that America has a fighting chance is the Israelites, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, and the other nations who's going to be judged also in this land that's not going to make it. All right. So to them, the Lord's going to come as a thief in the night. But to us, like it says in, was it Second Thessalonians? No, First Thessalonians, the fifth chapter. To us, we see it clear. All right. And in which the heavens shall pass away, rulership, with a great noise, the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. So everything that has been established in this world, that has been on top, all of that is going to be burnt. The end of it is going to become ashes, a thing of the past. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, the cars, the people, especially the people, fuel for the fire, this mindset, mental weakness, this wickedness that they all bear, seeing that all these things are going to be dissolved, everything. What manner of person ought ye to be in holy conversation and godliness? So our lifestyles is supposed to be in a godly fashionable, in a godly way. All right, we live this, looking for and hasten unto the coming of the day of the Lord, of the Most High. So we hasting, wanting a new age, right? The true freedom day, all right, when we actually live, because this ain't living. And what the man stated from first-hand experience, for those that live it, this ain't living it. This is not living, all right? This is just getting by. All we do, every day we get up, trying to chase something that we should not be chasing. Money, all right? Property you don't own, a name that is not yours, marriage that doesn't mean anything because you're not married to your wife, or the woman's not married to her husband. You're married. The third party is the estate. Your children that is not yours. All right, though it come from your body, you forfeited that when you went to this man's system. So everything that we have is temporal. It's nothing. So this is not life. All right, we just exist, and it's an existence that's about to come to an end. They're about to take everything, even the little privileges, like the man said, a license. The little license that you have to do in this world is about to be expired. Okay? It says, wherein the heavens shall be on fire, and that's what's going to usher in a new age. The fire. That thermonuclear destruction. And shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, according to his promise, look for new heavens, new rulership, a new earth, new powers in the earth, all right, wherein dwelleth righteousness. So when Peter made this statement, he already knew from jump that this world was not righteous. And Yahushua said it the best. I was going to bring this out. St. John 14:30. Hereafter I will not talk much with you, for the prince of this world cometh and have nothing in me. So the Lord himself said it. Like the rulers, the people that's going to rule afterwards is have nothing in him. So this whole notion of America was a land of God bless America, and all that was a cover-up. All right? Because from the beginning, the Lord already explained it, that he will be missing. And we have gotten to the point where we're crying for the Lord to return. And the Lord's about to make his return. And he's about to wipe this place out. So I was kind of all over the place, but I hit the points I wanted to. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.